Hello there, it's Carrie Rhodes here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am making some cute Christmas tags that can also be used as ornaments. I'm starting out with this holiday paper pack from Trinity. It is 9 inches by 4 inches, so I cut it in half at 4.5, and then I cut them in those halves into 1/2 inch strips. So I have 16 strips that I'm going to glue the ends together. What I did is I used glue on one end and a glue dot on the other end so that they are going to hold really nice and secure. I even used a clip to hold them closed while I worked on the next loop. And once those are all ready to go, I'm going to glue them with hot glue onto a die cut circle that's about 1.5 inches. And what you want to do is just glue these so they're really close together, and so the tip of them is about this in the center of the circle. I like to use a little hot glue at a time so it doesn't dry on me and I won't have a bump there. And then I can just turn this as I go and add more of those loops. You can put them as close together or as far apart as you want for a different look. And if you get them really nice and close together, you can use all 16 of these loops, but it also looks good with 14 or 15. So it's really just up to you and kind of how it fits together as you go. All right, so that will finish off this first ornament by fitting in those last little loops. You can see how quick and easy this is, and wouldn't it be fun to also make with some kids? It would be a great project to do alongside some little ones. So I'll finish that off by putting a second circle of the same size on the top, and that I just tried to line up with the one I already had. Now I'm attaching a colored gnome that I already die cut. This is from Our Gnome to Yours from Trinity Stamps. I had this left over from a previous project, so it was perfect to pop on there. Now I want to make 2 more coordinating tag ornaments, so I picked out some other red and green patterns, and I put the red on the outside and made my loops again. So you can see here having that silicone mat to work on is really good because I did turn that upside down accidentally and get glue on it. Oopsie. So having the silicone mat to work on is quite handy when you're making these, but not necessary. You could easily do it on like scratch paper as well. All right, so we'll just finish that out by going all the way around, and this one I did end up using all 16 of the loops, and it looks great, really nice and full. We'll finish that off with a second die cut circle. I used coordinating cardstock because some of it will show, that circle will show from the back side, so having a nice coordinating cardstock is good. All right, now I have 2 more gnomes from the Trinity Stamps Gnome Collection. Aren't they adorable? I love them. I'm going to color these in really traditional colors to match my tree. This is the Comfort and Joy gnome holding his little candle, and with his big red hat and green candle, it's going to look really good on my tree because I'm making these tags for my family, each of them getting a very special tag for one of their gifts. So I guess it's, you know, kind of like a Christmas gift for them and for me because it's going to go on my tree, and I think these gnomes are so cute. You can see the caps that I've used up on the screen. If it's going too fast, I do have a screenshot of them coming up after they're all colored in case you want to replicate any of these exact color combinations. I always start out with my lightest color, and then I bring in my darkest color like I'm doing here with C4, putting in those shadows, and then I'll bring in my mid-tone and kind of soften out the edge of that shadow and then blend it all together with my lightest color. So for the candle, I did do some little dots outside the area of the flame so it made it look like it was glowing more. I'll finish him off by adding some highlights with my white Jelly Roll pen, including some little freckles on his cheeks. And this is the Let Your Light Shine gnome with his lantern and the cute little heart stitched onto his hat. And again, I'm going to color this the exact same way with the exact colors. So all of these ornaments are going to coordinate together, and they do match my colors. So you could easily color these up to match somebody else's tree or the tree that you want, like with some blues. If you had a blue tree, that would be really cute too. The possibilities are endless, and these gnomes don't have to be used for Christmas, which I also love. So they're pretty versatile, and because they're smaller stamp sets, it's a really good price point. So if you love gnomes, make sure you check these out at the Trinity Stamps shop. I have all of them linked for you in the description box below in this video. So that will finish up gnome number 2 once I add in his white gel pen highlights. And here you can see all of the markers that I used to color these out today. Pretty simple color collection there. And then I'm going to bring in the coordinating dies and go ahead and cut these out so they can go on top of an ornament. So there is my cute little candle gnome on top of my polka dotted paper. I love that polka dot paper so much. And here's ornament number 3. Now when I finished this one up and I went to show you, or show the camera, I realized I had one green one. I don't know how I did that. I didn't even notice, but the perfectionist in me couldn't take it. So I cut it out, and luckily I had an extra one I could stick in there. But it did give me an idea that you could make this by alternating the loops so that it went red, green for another unique look. I think I would actually really like that. So it did give me an idea in the end. And there's the 3 ornaments. I'm going to put some red twine at the top where I want that to be when it's hung on a tree, but just tie it really loose because I want to add this to a package. Now for the back side, I wanted there to be something so that when this, maybe turned around on the tree, there was something to see there. So I used the coordinating sentiments in these gnome stamp sets for the back. So this says, let your light shine merry and bright. I did get the ampersand upside down, but let's not tell anybody that. And then good tidings of comfort and joy, that goes on the back of the little gnome with the candle. But now the one with the poinsettia says, from our gnome to yours, and this is going to somebody in my family. So I actually brought in another gnome stamp set. This one I adore. It's Holiday Tweets. Now it was a little too big for my ornaments, or I would have made another one, but it did have Season's Greetings in it, and so I put that on the back of the poinsettia gnome, like that. So I just love how these turned out. I wanted to make sure they had a way for me to write who these were for, because they are, first of all, going to be tags. So I used this tiny little tag die set that was part of a giveaway Trinity did earlier in this year. So you may have got this for free. If not, you could use any like slim die that you had to add this little part, and I think it just finishes off these tags really well. Again, I'm going to just tie that off in a really loose knot so I can add these to a present, and hopefully these will end up on the tree, and that would make me so happy. Wouldn't that make you happy if something you made had another purpose and got reused for something and kept? I love that. Well, I thank you so much for stopping by. I hope that you are enjoying your holidays and that you just enjoy your family and have some relaxing time. I think that's what is most important this year. And I want to thank you so much for being a part of my channel by stopping by and commenting and subscribing. It's meant so much to me. And I will be back again very soon with another video just for you. Happy stamping. Bye.